Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, and it is April 6th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we start off on the US dollar index daily time frame, because that basically tells us what to do on all the dollar pairs themselves. So anyways, I still think that there's a good chance the dollar is going to push down, but I'm overall still very, very bullish on the dollar index. I actually have a target, which this is the dollar index, not the DXY, but I have a target way up here at the 161, 178% Fibonacci extension. Now the question is are we just going to make a pullback to the last wave up, something like this, and then continue up from there? Or are we actually in a wave A of Y, and this is going to turn into a big pullback lasting several weeks for wave B of Y, and then potentially go up for another uptrend for the C of Y. So either way, the trend is very, very up. We are definitely still very, very bullish on the dollar itself. But short-term basis, I think that we're either going down, making a pullback to this move up right here, down to maybe the 61 or the 78% before it continues up, or possibly this is going to turn into a bigger move to the downside like this for a wave A. Either scenario, it does lead to a bearish US dollar. And if we're looking at a bearish US dollar, then we're definitely looking at a bullish Euro, Pound, Aussie, bearish dollar CAD, and bearish dollar Swiss. Now, going down to the 1 hour time frame, it does kind of make you think that maybe we could get another wave up because it looks like impulsive down, it looks like corrective up, it looks like impulsive down. So even though a higher time frame analysis is very, very well, overall it's very bullish, but even though we think that it might go down, we do have to be aware of these all of our time frames. Definitely looks very, very corrective. Looks like it could end up being an A, a B, and a C pullback. So if it does, break to the upside at one of these fib levels, then you definitely could try to go long and see if it just keeps on pushing up. But based on, the higher time frame analysis, I really wouldn't be surprised if it just, made lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and just kept on pushing down. So if the dollar potentially could keep pushing down, then we have to look at the dollar pairs as possibly, the same direction. So moving on to the euro dollar, back up to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, overall we are definitely still very bearish because the trend is definitely down based on structure. We never had a break of structure, and it still hasn't really engulfed to the upside yet either. So we'll see what happens. This could end up going up, breaking structure, rejecting it, and then going down like that. Or potentially it could just keep on going down like this pretty easily. Overall, the daily time frame is definitely still telling us to look for sorts in a downtrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is where we have a Fibonacci retracement on the last move down from here to here. It looks very, impulsive up. It looks like corrective down. It looks like impulsive up. It definitely has that ABC look to it. Now, this kind of almost looks like it could pop up again, so I'm not really convinced that the wave C is over yet. Maybe it'll go up one more time to the 50 to 61%, and then it'll make a move to the downside. But we do have to be very, very cautious because I said that the dollar index could keep going down. If the dollar index keeps going down, then this potentially could keep going up. So that's why it's so important to keep that dollar analysis in mind, because the euro dollar is actually telling us that we should be looking at this as a pullback within a downtrend. But the dollar index is telling us that maybe the dollar is going to keep on going up, down, and if the dollar keeps going down, the euro dollar potentially will just keep on pushing up. So definitely pay attention to your structure and your Fibonacci levels on these sort of time frames. Moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Pretty much the same deal on the pound dollar. The trend is definitely down. The structure's down. The market flow is down. It did make a pretty engulfing move up today, but this daily time frame candle still has, 10 hours left. So it potentially could end up closing down here, and then tomorrow's candle could be bearish. So there's really no proof whatsoever that it's actually going up, besides the fact that we are looking at the dollar index is possibly pushing down, and if the dollar index pushes down, then this could push up. Maybe what's going to happen is it's just going to end up forming a three-way pullback within a downtrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, we got our Fibonacci pretty much the same as the euro dollar. We got our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. It looks very impulsive up like a wave A. It looks very corrective down like a possible wave B. It looks like a wave C. And if it bounces from a fib, breaks to the downside, then you definitely could try to sort it because the daily is telling us to look for sorts. The problem I have with these analysis is that the dollar index does look like it could go down. If the dollar index goes down, this could just continue to make higher highs, higher lows. So definitely pay attention to your Fibonacci levels, like I said about the euro dollar. If it breaks to the downside at a fib level, then definitely go short. The daily is telling us to look for shorts. But like I said, the dollar index is also looking like it's going short, which would potentially end up pushing this up a lot more. So definitely a little complicated, but we just take it one wave at a time. Moving on to the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is very similar. I think the Aussie dollar, especially with these breaks of structure, is just probably going to end up making a pullback, and it's probably going to go to like one of these fib levels and likely end up continuing back down later on. So I am definitely looking at this move up as likely a pullback within a downtrend. So like I said, if the dollar goes down, then this potentially would go up. So if the dollar is just a pullback within an uptrend, then this potentially would just be a pullback within a downtrend. So it definitely makes sense and it definitely fits really well. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. Now, just like the other ones, this really looks like a pullback. It looks like it could potentially bounce from the 78% and make a move to the downside, which definitely it could. The only problem I have with that is that the daily and the dollar index is leading us to believe that that's not what's going to happen. It's leading us to believe that it's actually just going to keep on going up. So I would be looking for logs, but I definitely would be paying very close attention to my Fibonacci levels. If you get a nice break to the downside, then that potentially would be an ABC pullback, and potentially it would at least go down and take these lows, and maybe even take the previous lows. So moving on to the US dollar CAD, back up to the daily time frame. US dollar CAD is very clearly still in an uptrend, and maybe what we have here is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we're in a wave 5 right now, but just like the other pairs, it kind of looks like it should go down before it goes up. This would be a 1, 2. You got a 1, 2, 3 wave pullback for the wave 2. This would be your wave 3, and then you got a 1, 2, 3 wave pullback for a wave 4, and then potentially back up again for a wave 5. Definitely makes sense with the dollar analysis for this to push down while the dollar index pushes down. So, anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame. As of right now, I just have my fib from here to here because that is the most relevant Fibonacci level on this time frame. And if it does break to the upside at a fib level, then fine, go long. The trend is up on the daily, so it definitely makes sense to continue to look for longs. But like I was saying about the dollar index, I think it would make more sense for this to potentially go down like this. I think this is impulsive down. I think it's a wave A. I think this is 1, 2, 3 waves up, potentially a B, and it's probably going to go down for a C. I think this is going to be an ABC of wave 4 on the daily time frame. This over here is the wave 3, and then eventually it will break to the upside and start another push up for a big wave 5, just like what I was drawing out on the daily time frame. So moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily, kind of the same deal on the dollar Swiss. It would make sense for this to potentially make a 1, 2, 3 way pullback, maybe back down to the 61 or maybe 78 before it actually goes up and probably gives us a nice solid break of structure on the daily to weekly time frame. So, all these analysis are definitely highly based on what I looked at on the dollar index. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, we got our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. We are definitely looking at this move up. It's likely a pullback to this move down. Just like what I showed you on the dollar CAD, this first big push down is probably an A. This is probably 1, 2, 3 waves up for a B. I bet this isn't going down. I bet this is perhaps maybe even a 1, 2. Maybe it's going to go to a fib level and start a push to the downside for a wave 3 and eventually probably make a wave 4, a wave 5, and this is going to be a C on the higher time frames. Just like what I drew on the daily, it's probably going to be an A, B, and a C pullback within a uptrend. So, anyways, moving on to gold, back up to the daily time frame. I personally think gold has finished its first 3 waves of a big triangle on the monthly to weekly time frame. So this is likely 3 waves of A. I think we're now going to make 3 waves of B, and then 3 waves of C, and then 3 waves of D, and then 3 waves of E. And I think this whole big pullback is going to last about 500 calendar days from this top over here. So I expect gold to be very corrective on the daily to weekly time frame, very overlapping all year long. But long story short, I think that this is still going up. I think this is the A. I think eventually you'll make a wave B, and oops, and then probably back up again for wave C. And this is going to be an ABC of B, which is just an AB of an ABCDE, which is likely going to end up being a triangle on the weekly time frame. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I was saying last week, it looks like it potentially could go down again before it goes up. It looks like an A, it looks like a B, it looks like it could bounce from one of these fib levels and end up going down for a wave C, which I think is a very likely outcome, and then later on continuing the uptrend. The only problem I have with this analysis is it's very counter trend. We are bullish on the daily, right? So if we're bullish on the daily, then we go down to the 1 hour and we start coming up with reasons to go short. What often happens when this type of scenario, we end up going short, it goes down a little bit, and then it goes up, stops you out, and then goes up. Why? Because the daily trend is up. That's why I would definitely highly be focused on longs right now. Yes, it may end up going down like this, and if it does, fine, let it go down. But the problem is if you go short, you might end up losing on your short, and then you might end up missing your long, which would have been the trend trade, which would have gave you a lot more money than trying to go short. So I definitely would be recommending longs. Like I said, it really does look like it potentially could go down in a wave C like this. The question is it really going to do that when the daily time frame is in an uptrend? It definitely may not end up playing out like this. It may just end up pushing down a little bit and continuing the uptrend. So moving on to the yen pairs, back up to the daily time frame. Everybody is looking at the dollar yen as potentially topping out, and I definitely do not disagree. The problem is that the trend is up based on structure, and the trend is up based on market flow. There's not one thing about this chart yet, besides the fact that we're hitting this 160 area, which is a big resistance area. But besides that, there's nothing about this telling us to look for shorts. The weekly is up, the daily is up. Every time frame is telling you to look for longs still. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, obviously if the dollar pushes down, then this perhaps could push down also. We have our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. Really, it kind of looks like one down, three up, one down. It looks like it could just bounce from a fib level and continue the uptrend pretty easily. I personally would be focused on logs. I don't really care if everybody is saying that the 160 area is resistance and then it's going to go down from there. Normally, when every single person starts saying that the market's going to turn down, that's a good time to continue to look for longs. So I definitely am still recommending longs in an uptrend on the US dollar yen, using Fibonacci retracement to help look for areas of support for more longs. Moving on to the euro yen, back up to the daily time frame. The euro yen is another one that looks like it could be very close to a top. This could be an A, this could be a B, or maybe it's a WXY. I don't really care how you label it. It could be now going up for a wave C. If it is a wave C, it probably will take out the high of wave A, and also that lines up really well with the 100% Fibonacci extension. So maybe it'll go there and then turn down. Maybe it'll just continue the uptrend. Either way, we're looking for logs. The weekly is up, the daily is up. We are looking for logs in an uptrend. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, really, if you were doing nothing but looking for logs, and longs, you'd be doing really well right now. As of right now, it looks like maybe we're starting a pullback. So put your Fibonacci retracement on the last move up. Look at these Fibonacci retracement areas as possible areas of support. If it bounces and breaks to the upside, I would definitely get back to the long side, and I definitely would continue to look for logs until the daily time frame, or at least the higher time frames, tell us otherwise. And moving on to the pound yen, kind of the same story on the pound yen. The pound yen is definitely a little different because of the pound weakness. And one thing that is different is that this looks like a possible pullback right here. It looks like this is possibly the ABC, and maybe it's going to now go back up. Maybe this is the ABC on the pound yen right here. Then that's when it's actually going to turn down. With this big break to the downside that we had, it definitely looks like this is either an A or a 1, and that we're either in a B or a 2, and eventually we're going to go down in a big wave for a wave 3 or a wave C. Definitely seems like that's the most likely scenario for sure. But, the market is actually telling us to look for shorts. The trend is down since we get this break, and it hasn't, market flow is also down because it hasn't engulfed to the upside yet. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is kind of a tough situation in my opinion because we do have a break of structure up on the 1 hour, and then it definitely looks like one, two, three waves down. So this is either an A or a 1. These three waves is either a B or a 2. If this is a wave C, then it potentially will go right to one of these Fibonacci levels, break to the downside, and then continue the downtrend. If it's a wave 3, then it potentially will bounce from Fibonacci levels, but it will never break structure. So definitely a little bit of a hard situation just because On the daily, it kind of makes us think that it's going to go up. But on the daily, it also hasn't proven any move up yet. So if we think that it's going to go down, if we think it's going to go up, then we're just assuming that it's going to go up. And normally, when you assume things about the market, that's when the market will slap you in the face and just go down. So I definitely would be looking at these red Fibonacci levels as possible areas of resistance where it possibly will break to the downside and maybe continue the downtrend like an ABC pullback within a downtrend. So anyways, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, especially if you want to follow along with my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.